Welcome back, guys. So we're back on this 1977 Chevrolet Luv. Obviously, I forgot to record an intro for this video, so I'm doing it after we done did all the work to it today. So we're just going to be going through, putting the carburetor and brakes back on, getting everything squared away so we can get it ready to go drive wise. I do have a couple of items of merch. I'll put the link in the comments. It's just a t-shirt, a hoodie, a coffee cup, and a hat, I think is all we got right now. I need to get some more designs going, maybe one with the C10 and one with the Luv. Right now it's just basic logo stuff. If you guys are interested in that. If not, it's okay. As long as you guys are watching, hitting the like button and all, that should help the channel good enough. But anyways, let's get after it. Alright, so I come back out last night and I went ahead and cleaned the carburetor with just some carb cleaner. Got everything going a lot better than it was. All the jets cleaned out, everything's back together. Now on the brake booster, we have to see about getting all this out so that we can replace the rubber seal. Alright, now that we got that off, O'Reilly should have a new, like I said, seal kit for it, which replaces this guy. Hopefully they have a new one of these in there too, because this one is bent. We might be able to get it straightened back out. We can probably make that work if we needed to. So we will run to O'Reilly's in a little bit. I'll get all this cleaned up, ready to go back together. I think we got all of the brake fluid out of there, so that's good. We'll get all this cleaned up and I'll see you guys when I get back from O'Reilly's. Alright, so we got the carburetor kind of cleaned up. I didn't get to dip it in the Berrymans like I wanted to. Just haven't had a chance to run to town to the parts store. But before we put anything back, we're going to go ahead and blow all this trash off of here. I got the intake taped off, so we shouldn't get no junk in there. So let's get after. Alright, now that we got that kind of cleared up, that little bitty compressor in there doesn't really help. Should have hooked this guy up, and he does a little better. But we're going to get this carburetor thread back on, and then we'll work on the brake, master cylinder, and booster. Alright, so excuse the noise of that little compressor. Still trying to catch up with us. Let's go ahead and pop all this stuff on here. These bolts are really a pain to get to. So hard to get them all started. Not any room. Oops, bang. Get rid of that. Get all these on. Like I said, I didn't soak it with the Berrymans, but I did clean out all the jets, sprayed brake cleaner through everything, and hopefully it'll clean it up where it'll run better. Let me get on the other side for that one. Golly, they put these things in the worst spots. Why can't you just give me enough room? Oh, almost lost that one. We'll get a magnetic screwdriver. There we go. See if I can't get this thing on there now. Well, good gracious. I swear they don't want you working on them. They're a lot easier to take off than they are to put on. There we go. Got it that time. I hope to have a tripod coming soon. I just ordered it. I think it should be here next week. So it'll be a lot easier to move the camera around with me as I go and shoot this stuff a little better. Hopefully. Golly. If this doesn't fix this carburetor, we're going to order us a Weber. Let me go get a wrench and be right back. Goodness gracious, I tell you. Alright, got that. Let's go to the other side. See if we can't get this one tightened down. First time I ever took this carburetor off, I actually had to take the valve cover off to get it back on, just so I can get a wrench on it, and that is no fun. Of course, you can't put the box end wrench. words are a thing. You can't put the box end of the wrench on the nut because there's no room, which makes it even better. All right, let's get this one. Okay. These things don't have to be torqued to 9 million foot-pounds either. When I first took these nuts off of here, they were ungodly tight. Oh yeah, can't get the box end on it. Makes sense. Alright, got that done. They're snug. These two little vacuum lines hooked up. We'll get our fuel inlet hooked up and our fuel return hooked up. throttle cable. Well, golly, just get on there, will you? There we go. Turn this thing wide open, get the throttle cable on it. This is some custom spring, and I don't know how what happened to the factory one, but that's how that spring was hooked up. I'm sure it goes to here, but we're going to roll with it how they had it. It works. It returns the throttle, so we're going to roll with it. See what else we got to do. Choke. Electric choke, gotta hook it up. Okay. And we have got, I don't know what I did with my pin for that. Actually, I think I had a Carter pin through it because I had lost the original. Let me get my pliers. There we go. I'm sure the idle is not going to be correct, so we'll go ahead and run it in. I had a screwdriver. There it is. Go ahead and run this guy all the way in for the idle air mixture, or fuel air mixture, sorry. And we'll back it off 1, 2.5 turns. We'll probably have to adjust that, but that should get us close for now. What else? Definitely gonna need to get us a battery because I have this one out. It is currently in my truck over there. So let's do that. Let's go rob us a battery. Hood's a lot easier to do with 2 hands. Of course, that one's tight. Hold on. Oh, excuse the wiring mess for my radio. I plan on putting it to the fuse box eventually. Goodness gracious. Lord, I tell you what. There we go. Alright, let's come back over here. Use my screwdriver forever. Positive. And our negative is where? Right there. Gotta tighten up that one. It's a little loose on there. need to just buy us a battery for this thing. So now I think everything's hooked up. Let's get inside and see if this thing will crank off. Probably going to take a while to get fuel up there. We'll see. What are you guys doing down there on the ground? Are y'all okay? So I think we got our idle a little high. We can turn that back a little bit. Sounds like we have a vacuum leak somewhere. I don't know where. That thing sounds way better, way better. Bit of smoke, probably burning off the rest of that brake fluid that's in the vacuum system, I'm sure. But it revs so much better, so much better. Definitely needs an exhaust on it. Alright, well, let's kill that. Runs way better. All them jets are clean. Golly, somebody needs to do something with this air hose before I trip and kill myself. Alright, so now that we got that back on, everything going good. This piece for my brake booster is unbelievably hard to find. This little seal. It was ripped, so what I did, the only thing to do is just smother it in silicone. I did find one on eBay for $15. I think it'll be here next week, but I don't want to wait that long to drive this thing because it's been sitting here for 6 months and I really just want to drive it. So we got silicone on this, seems to be holding. We will get this brake booster put back together right here. Get it put back on the truck, get the master cylinder on. Like I said, it's freed up. We'll get it bled, and then we'll bleed the brakes and see what we can do. Alright, now that we're out here where we can actually see what we're doing, we will, I think I want to clean the rust off of that little surface rust it got. It has been nothing but raining here for the past 2 days non-stop. Still more rain coming. So that's always fun. I did put a new check valve in with the seal. Get a wire wheel and I will clean this up. Let's get a small one right there. Grab me a drill, battery. This little shed I got is a mess. Need a bigger place to work for sure. See if we can get this thing cleaned up a little bit, and then we will throw it back together and try to get some brakes going. See if we can clean up the inside of this. That looks way better already. We will blow that out. Let's see if we can get this little guy cleaned up a little bit. Alright, I think that's good enough. Let me find my air hose. Shouldn't be hard, I almost tripped over it 150 times. We will blow off the booster. Okay, got that one blowed out. Should be good to go. Right now, take push rod, put it down in there, and this seal. If you guys call the parts store and ask them for this seal, there's nothing you tell them going to point them in the right direction of that seal. Nothing. There's a number on it. It's the only way I found it on eBay. So it should be here, like I said, this week sometime coming. Today's Saturday, so this should be here sometime between Monday and next Saturday, but I don't want to wait that long. Like I said, we're gonna get this thing on here and see if we can at least drive it around the yard. That'd make me happy, which I can do that without brakes. I just need the acceleration, which will not happen if we're getting a bunch of brake fluid in the vacuum system. Alright, so that should be good to go. Let's see, give her a little test here. Seems to be good. The only thing is we lost our check valve. I don't know if this is the wrong seal. Seems like it. Let's see if we can find the old one to come with it. Oh, what did I do with those things? I do not know. I do not know what I did with them. Oh, there we go. I think that's the one that came with it. So, we will slap it in there. Thank God that loud compressor finally shut off. Oh. Get you guys where you can see there, and I can use two hands. I'm going to take this one off. Huh, imagine that. Check valve doesn't fit. Well, that... Let's see if we can make this work. Apparently not, and I'm pretty sure the check valve up there is no good, because if it was, the fluid wouldn't have been getting into our brake system. Let's check it. Well, apparently it's working, so I don't know why we were getting brake fluid in our vacuum system, but nevertheless we will take this guy and we will go put it back on. So I can get you guys where you can see this is going to be so much easier when I get the tripod or something to put you guys on. This whole recording while you're working is probably the hardest thing about this. Oh goodness gracious, just get on there. What in the devil is going on here? There we go. Now we will come to the inside where all of this is. Let's see. There's a washer and a nut. See if we can get them started. That one's not even through. Don't know what's going on there. Probably because it's not centered on the brake pedal. There we go. Much better. Let's see if we can get a nut started. Well, lost that washer. Try another one. All right, one. There's two. And there's three. And block washer there. But I'm never going to get it on at this point. Goodness gracious. That is the worst spot to get to, I swear. I'll tell you what, let's go get the impact ratchet and put them on. Give me a second. If you guys do not have a battery operated ratchet, I highly suggest it. It was a little pricey, but I farm, so I use it for more than just around here. And this is probably the best thing I've ever bought. I don't know how much of this you guys are going to see. Imagine it's pretty dark up in there with the camera. Get the washer on there. We're about to say to hell with it and just put 3 on it. I'm telling you, this is not made for somebody with big hands. Alright, there's the washer. Finally, after 20 minutes. I wonder if we can just shove that in there and get it started. Let's try that. I don't know if there's enough thread sticking out. Oh yeah, she's on there. That in there. Get our pin put back through our brake pedal here, wherever it may go. Somewhere around there, I'm sure. Let me get a flashlight so we can both see. That's a little better. There we go. And I don't know where my cotter clip is, so I will just get a new one. See what size we need here. That one's probably too big. Yep. Let's get this small one here then. Have it warped. There we go. Alright, we got that hooked back up. Now we'll see about getting our master cylinder put back on. And maybe we'll be able to drive this thing and stop. We'll see. Shut that off. Alright, we got this surface cleaned up. So we can smack this thing back on here real quick. We're just gonna quote unquote bench bleed it on the truck, which is not what everybody wants to do, but that's what I'm gonna do because that's all I got. I don't have any brake hose to make me some hoses to loop back around to the reservoir. And any of that, so we're going to do it the only way that I can do it. Oh no, the battery's dead. That's the coolest thing. And I got to use a real ratchet. If I was a real mechanic, I'd have 15 batteries laid around for that thing. But I don't. I'm cheap. We might actually take that wire wheel and run through these bottom of these reservoirs real quick. Oh no. Well, I guess if 3 wouldn't hold it, 4 wouldn't either. So we're going to roll with 3 of them because I'm not doing that. That brake booster is $200, so we're not going to worry about it right now. Check valve back out of there. Now eventually just because I'm cheap and I don't want to spend any money on this thing than I have to right now. If I have to, I'll pull this back off. I will get me some all thread. I will take that out and I will weld a piece of all thread in there and cut it off and put a nut on it. But for now, we're going to get my cheap Walmart brake cleaner here. Just clean all this off. Get a cheap rag. Probably this one. Just throw that brake cleaner on the ground where it belongs. Get all that cleaned up. Alright, let me get the reservoirs on it and lines hooked up and then we'll come back. Alright, we got the master cylinder on. We got it filled up with fluid. I'm going to hook the brake lines up. I'm going to go ahead and bleed them, or bleed the master cylinder. We're going to do all that off camera just because I'm going to get frustrated. So we'll be back when all that is done. Alright guys, I know the camera didn't pick it up tonight, but we drove this joker around the yard. Tomorrow, when it's daylight, because it's late, I'm whooped. We're gonna move these big tires to the back, put the white spokes on the front, and we are gonna drive this joker. Like we're gonna put some damn miles on it tomorrow. But we're pooped. My helper right there, she's pissed off. So we're gonna call it a night and we'll be back on it tomorrow after church. Alright guys, we're back out here on it this morning. Well, afternoon. It's after church. We're going to go ahead and move these bigger tires to the rear. Put the smaller ones on the front so we don't scrub. We did drive it last night, but the camera wouldn't pick it up. It was dark and we were whooped. I'm glad I'm moving these tires because my wife put every lug nut on backwards. I don't know how she did it, but she did it. And also, we got to go through the back brakes. This one don't have a drum on it. And we got to go through them, get them squared away so they're working. And then, maybe we'll take it for a good little drive today. So, let me get these tires swapped around and back end jacked up and we'll come back after that. Alright, we got the tires moved around. I didn't do nothing with the back brakes because this side is missing a shoe. And I don't have any, but we do have front brakes, so we will be able to stop. So with that, I think we're going to try to drive this thing. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, we got brakes a little bit. This truck sits way too low in here. Adjust on the carburetor a little bit more. Oh, second gear. Oh boy! Oh golly! Try to miss all the bumps. Brakes need some work, but she's a driver for sure. I need to adjust on that carburetor a little bit. Oh boy. There we go, guys. That's awesome. First drive, real drive down the road. Did amazing. I think we need to run some seafoam or push some berrymans through it. See if we can get that carburetor cleaned on up a little bit. But I think that's a win. Alright guys, I think that's where we're going to wrap this one up. I think the next video or two, we'll get in here and we'll wash this thing up, address all the rust, see what we're going to do with all that. Definitely brakes. The master cylinder is leaking pretty good. So we're going to have to get a master cylinder. Exhaust, we got to do something with that loud exhaust. And we might try to fix this gas tank. I don't know, it's got a hole in it. We might try to weld it up and see. You excited, dude? Good. But that's where we're going to wrap this one up. If you guys like the content, subscribe, like it, share it if you want to. But that's it for this one, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Hit the subscribe button.